ARK Survival Building Series with Fizz. Wow, it's been a while. Sorry, guys. It's been like 2 weeks, and as you know, Survival Series is so much fun. So that's probably why we haven't been back on the Building Series at all. But don't worry, I'll try and do once a week, maybe Building Series, maybe not next week. Well, I'll try to do it next week. Because Building Series, you know, it takes a long time, and now those long times I do is building and playing in survival. But you know, it's whatever you guys want. If you guys want Building Series, I will continue and I'll try to do more. So, but today's episode, I've had hundreds of requests, lots of requests, and today we're going to be building the Lighthouse. Now, I have not seen a good lighthouse in this game, so I'm thinking we're going to be having the first official amazing looking lighthouse. Now today we're on the vanilla map, the island. I'll also show you the map. Make sure you all know that we're on the actual official map. Even though the center map is official, I actually can't get it to work. It's probably because my mod, well, because of it was used to be a mod, and now it's not. It's the official map. So there's like some like problem with it. I might have to just like redo the whole map and thing. I don't know. I'll get that fixed sometime. But today we're gonna do a lighthouse. Now, if you've seen in the survival series, we actually have a lighthouse right over here, with a nice little bridge that we built. Right here where Alex has built. And this one, basically, oh, I don't know where it is. It might be like right here. Or maybe right here? I feel like it's right here. I don't know. The reason why he put that, rip. That's probably from my mod video. Rip. Basically, this lighthouse basically has, like, oh, hello, Quetzal. Jeez, Quetzal's falling over. The reason why this is, this lighthouse is actually like right here is because of the beacon. There's an actual beacon that comes down, and it's basically kind of like a design, you'd say, for like the lights that come down and stuff. We're not gonna build it here, but feel free if you guys want to build it on a beacon. Feel free to build it. The reason why is I feel like having it up higher to have it more epic looking will give it more coolness. And the reason why is because if you look at lighthouses now, they're always on like a peninsula, or like they're on like an edge, like to guide ships home and stuff. And so I'm thinking we build it up here, right here on the vanilla map. Very simple area. I have to clear this area out though, which will be, well, not really. I think we're gonna build it right here. Right here. Now there is a beacon there. There's a freaking Quetzal there as well, but you know. So yeah, so we're gonna build a lighthouse. We're probably gonna do this step by step for you guys, because a lot of you guys still have problems with the dino doors and stuff, and this one uses quite a lot. And there's also like kind of a little bit of like when you're getting, so when we start building, when we get into building with dino doors and stuff, the game is not meant to be like this. So we build outside the game physics that the the creators of the game, Wild Studios or Wildcard, have made. So the reason why is, I've explained this a couple times. When you put a fence foundation with dino doors, they never intended you to put walls inside the dino doors. So then when you start making circular, hexagon, octagons like structures, the game physics do not like that. And sometimes it's very, very difficult to build like this. But it's the only way to build stuff that is not square. Now you could do like the stupid little fiddly thing with like trying to get like different shapes with fence foundations all over the place on foundations. No, I don't do that. So all I'm going to do is off camera, I'm going to make a very flat foundation area with ceilings, with pillars. And that's literally very simple. I'm just going to make a huge area so we have a big area to work with. Because we're going to make this lighthouse a little bit different than what Alex has, but I think it will turn out to be amazing. Because me and Alex kind of I kind of helped him design the lighthouse. So everyone give Alex some props. Also, the game's saving. Sorry. Go give Alex some major props for making this. For actually thinking about and developing it, and also me helping him. So give him lots of props. So if you see him if he's in the live stream or anything, go tell him good job, because he developed a new lighthouse design with my help. So yeah, so let me get off camera, let me get this all situated, ready for you guys, and then we'll start building. So today's building episode, like I said, we're probably going to be going over a lot of stuff, because I feel like it's time to just update a couple things about building an ARK. Just, you know, it's a little you'll see. So we're probably not going to do much of a speed build today. It's more going to be it's probably going to be a long episode, but it's more of a demonstration and everything. So yeah. So so like I said earlier, basically everything is very different and unique in ARK, and the reason why is like in building mechanics. So if you look at this, I like to start on a nice clean flat surface. So all I did, literally all I did, is place a pillar down and put a bunch of ceilings. That's all I did. Stone. Just to have a very nice flat surface, because if you look at the ground, it's not very flat, and this is more of a flat surface. So how do we get the octagon hexagon kind of look and not to make squares? Well, that is with fence foundations. So if we look, there's a bunch of different snap points with fence foundations. We have this one, that one, this one, that one, this one, this one. There's 3 of them. We don't want 2 of them. We want 1 of them. So if we look, I actually have a demonstration thing. We got some paint. Yeah. So if we look, right? So where do I want the first wall to go? Well, I wanted to put it like right about, maybe I want to have a little balcony. So maybe we'll go 2 back. So we're going to start the wall on this right here. So all I do is take my fence foundations and I want to snap it to the ceiling. Now, as you can tell, there's a lot of different snap points. And this is probably where a lot of people get confused on where you actually start snapping. Well, I'm going to make you very simple. Ready? See these 2? These 2 right here are the 2 fence foundation or ceilings that you want to start with. Now, you don't want to snap it here. You don't want to snap... Oh, you actually do want to snap it there. You don't want to snap it there. You don't want to snap it there. You want to snap it just like that. Plain and simple. Now, why do you want to snap it like this? Not like this or like this? The reason why is we're making the building go around this way. Now, if we were making the building go around that way, going around out this way, we would snap it on these 2 other ones, but we're not. So we're trying to snap it inwards. The reason why is this right here, these 2 ceilings are basically going to hold up the entire building. If anything ever happened to these 2 ceilings, the whole building would probably come down. And the reason why is the building mechanics in ARK. The way we build is not what the game developers or designers like had in mind of building. They always thought of the building of structures of very square, of snapping everything to square structures. Well, we break that pretty much by making circular things that is pretty much very, very buggy. So when you build like this, don't be discouraged if the whole thing comes down, because that is ARK. It's just bugs, and what we're doing is beyond the game developers. Like, they didn't expect us to do this. They didn't expect Fizz to think of a cooler way to build than they did. So anyways, so that's why we have these 2 exactly like that. Now, what do you do next? Plain and simple. See the door? Dino door? All you do is snap it to there. Boom! Easy! Now, if we look at the dino door, right? The dino door is very, very special, in my opinion, because it's probably one of the best building mechanics in the game. It's probably one of the best building blocks in the game. The stone one. The reason why is because the stone came out later on before the wood and metal, and they had a different kind of coating system. Before, you could not do what I'm about to show you, which we do all the time, is snap. You could not snap wooden doors and metal doors to each other. It just didn't work. When the stone ones came out, you were able to snap them to each other, like so. So that's why the stone one is the foundation for everything. Now, everything can pretty much snap to each other, but the wood one's probably the worst. I would say careful when you do that with wood. Because the metal one, like the wood one, they kind of changed the wooden structures in this last patch. So anything building with wood is very buggy, because I've heard apparently they're going to be adding new wooden structure building mechanics for you'll be able to build tree forts in the Road Forest, which I will take credit for saying that yes, we needed that because we started doing that in the building series. But anyways, we'll stop talking about that. So how do we start building this? Well, it's very simple. Like I've said a lot of time, all we do is build a nice circle. Now, if we look at this, you want to have the thin side of the dino door always face it inwards. The reason why is just a lot easier for snapping stuff together with it, and you'll see in a minute when I talk about that. You always want to have the thicker side outside. You always want it outside. And how do you know? Well, if we look at this, right? See how if we're snapping this green one to this dino door that's already in place, see how the thick side is in? All you hit is E, now the smaller side is in. And this is exactly what you want. You want to have like a nice little smooth design like that. It's very simple, very simple. So all you do is go around in a circle, like so. Might need to make it a little bit bigger. I'll make it bigger off camera in a second, I guess. Yeah, okay, hold on. Let's just do this real quick. And the other thing is, I haven't shown you a lot of stuff. Well, I've talked about stuff. So, if we look at the dino doors and the ceilings itself, watch what happens if well, I'll explain in a minute. It's actually kind of complicated. Not really complicated, but yeah. So let me just snap this here and this one here. Alright, so perfect. So now we have is a circular start of a building, which is kind of cool. If you got to this point, that means you're actually following along and you actually know like what we're doing. So anyway, so now you're probably wondering, how do we make it look amazing? How do we get more building structures with this? Well, simple way is, like I said, the fence foundations. Fence foundations are everything in dino doors. You need a dino door. So basically, this is what happens. You need a foundation, a flat foundation. Then you need a fence foundation to put the foundation on. And then you need a dino door to put the fence foundation to put the ceilings down. And yeah, it's all connected. It's very complicated. It's not really complicated. But we're going to change this a little bit. So we've done this design quite a bit of times. But now we're going to actually change it today. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to snap a dino door, snapping to this one. Now, this is when it gets a little complicated because, as you can tell, it looks really, really fucked up. Well, screwed up, I would say. Sorry. And basically, that's it. That's all you do. You put one right there. Now, we have two dino doors snapped to each other, and this dino door goes around in a circle. And now, what do we do it again? Well, we do it again. I'm actually just going to extend this a little bit more. Just a little bit. I kind of want a bigger balcony, maybe. Maybe we'll do that with wood. But yeah, so now what we do, snap another one, boom, snap another one together. And look at that. They're one entire structure. What do we do it again? We're going to go sideways. Make sure it's lined up. Boom, perfect. Do it again. Boom, look at that. Now, I'm probably wondering, well, doesn't this look like the greenhouse that we did? Yes, it actually is exactly the greenhouse. It's exactly the greenhouse that we built, but it's a little different. So what we need to do now is I need to extend this out. You know what I need? I need my woolly rhino over here to clear out these freaking berries. Snap that there. Snap that there. And we're going to snap the last and final one there. Now, that is basically the entire frame that we have. Now, you're probably wondering, well, this looks really, really interesting and weird. Yes, it is. We're actually going to do one more thing before we continue on this. So, what I have right now is a very nice, clean-looking structure. Well, we're about to break that by adding this over here. So, oh boy. Do I want to do sideways, or do I want to make it look kind of interesting? Now, we'll do simple for you guys, so you guys can actually follow along. Because if I do something crazy, you guys are going to probably be like, what the hell's going on? So let me just clear this out real quick. Alright. So, right now we have is the lighthouse main building frame, and then we have a side building frame with it, right? Well, we need to add one more thing to make it an actual entranceway, which we're going to do right here. Like so. So, let the game save. Hold on. Let the game save. There we go. Freaking game always likes to save. Let me extend this one out a little bit more. Let's see. That's why I always build like a huge area, but I just wanted to start talking to you guys and start building, so I didn't like actually make the whole area done yet. So rip everything. Let me get this. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Put that there, that there, that there, and that there. That should be enough. Actually, this is probably gonna need to go out like that. All right, so there we go. So now we have a nice giant area, which is a bunch. Hold on, let me clear this up real quick. Cleaner, much better. I got the woolly rhino over here to really quickly clean it over. Alright, so anyway, so now what we want to do next is grab another dino door and snap it to here. We want to hit E to make sure it's perfect. Yep. And then we want to do the same thing on this side, like so. See how this is not right? We don't want that. Now this might destroy the entire structure, or not. Pretty good it didn't. Thank God. Alright. So actually, I'm going to snap it to... Let me see. Where do I want to... I think I want to do it this way. Let's see. This is when it gets a little complicated. Just a little bit. And I'm going to snap it to the right side. There we go. Perfect. So now, what do we have? We have a very cool looking structure. It's kind of like an L, you'd say. So, right now, that's the entrance. That's like a kind of a side room building. And then this will be the lighthouse building itself. Very cool. And also we'll have like a front balcony decking kind of thing. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. So, now we have the kind of complicated but also very simple way on how to get the walls up. So, like I said earlier, the fence foundation is the main source of building, pretty much. That and dino doors. And the reason why is I can actually have a fence foundation and actually snap it to a dino door. Now, if you look at this, right, this is where a lot of people get confused on how this works. Is, if you look at this, right, look how many different snap points there are still. There's one, there should be one or two, depending on which dino door you look at. See, there's multiple different foundation snap points. Well, you only want one. And the one you want is, see how it goes like so? Like that? Not really like that, actually. Where is it? That's a bad example. Like this. So see how it snaps perfectly? Like so? Like that? That's exactly how you want your fence foundations to look on all the corners. Now, it might be a little hard because of the pillars sometimes sticking out. Which a lot of people ask me, oh, why don't you just, like, hide the pillars? It's like, honestly, you're making a beautiful structure. You don't have time to hide the pillars. It's pretty, like, simple just to keep them there. I mean, it's in there. Everyone has them. It's like, it's whatever. Now, we're going to have a little problem like that, which we're going to fix in a second, because this one is actually not good. Actually, this one's not either. Get rid of those. But yeah, so basically, you want to just snap everything like so, like that. It's pretty simple. Now, a lot of people have asked me, well, how come you don't, like, do a squarish building with these? Why would I want to? I don't know. I really don't know. So let me get the rest of these done. I think that's all of them. Alright, so there we go. So that is all the fence foundations, which is kind of cool. Not too bad at all. So now, what do we do after? Well, what we need is we need to get some stone structures, which is this right here. Let me get 3, 11, which is stone walls. Now, feel free, if you guys want to do any other way, you can. You can do like wood or metal. It's up to you. I prefer stone and mostly stone because stone's literally the only thing that looks pretty nice. So, that's my opinion. But yeah, so what we want to do is start with the first thing that we started with, which is this wall right here. So this wall is not going to be a doorway or a wall or anything. I think I won't do any other doorways besides that one to get in. Yeah, I think I'll just do like a wrap it around deck or something like that. So, how you get this to work? plain and simple, you want to find the snap points. As you can tell, there's a bunch of multiple different snap points you want to do. You could do any of them, honestly, but mostly the ones I like to use is see how the wood, the bottom piece of wood right there, is inside the dino door, like so. That's exactly how I like to have all my walls. And the reason why, it adds kind of a style a little bit. Sometimes that like the stone like bugs out and it sticks through. It's just really buggy sometimes. I don't know, you could say. But basically, that's all you want to do. I usually start with the entire like foundation of the walls before I start doing like higher and higher ones. The reason why is, I don't know, I like to make sure the whole like bottom part is pretty much like set. I don't know. So what we want to do though, see we have two different entrances, right? We have this one and we have this one. We're gonna have to think of a way to figure out how to fix this. Now if you just want to follow along, because I don't know how I'm actually gonna get this to work properly. Now we have a little problem right here. This fence foundation, sometimes this happens where the fence foundation doesn't snap properly, so that means I have to hit E on it and then replace it, and then it should work. Although I think I just might have just placed it wrong again. Yeah, I did. Whoopsie. Sometimes it's not the best thing. There we go. Sometimes this is a very buggy situation, guys. So it's very, very hard to build. And like this right here, you're gonna have to find a different snap point. Snap point, snap, 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 and snap. Now we want to do the same thing over here. Find the snap point, snap point, snap point, and find that snap point as well. Alright, so there we go. So now what do we have? We have basically all the walls that I want to have for this entire building itself. The foundation walls, technically. Now, what I'm going to do, these are going to be temporary walls, and the reason why is we're just going to kind of build a structure kind of thing around it. So what I want to do is build a temporary wall for right here. Now, you don't have to build one on the other side, but you just want to basically, you can build this out of thatch if you want, just a temporary wall. That's going to be temporary, as well as this will be also a temporary wall. And these are just going to be used for a structural support until we get the the top roof kind of done. You'll see what I mean in a minute. So, but anyway, so now you want to do is basically kind of develop a design what you want. So what I want to do is put some, let's see, 323, let's do some of these. I kind of want to do like some of these up top, like so. And then we could just do like that. So that way it kind of gives it some more kind of design, you would say. I don't know. I think it looks kind of cool when you do something like this. Like that. Do something like this. Like that. Oh wait, that's inside. RIP. I meant to do not that inside. But yeah, so basically do it exactly what I'm doing. If you want to do it, feel free. Or you can build it any way you want. And yeah. What's up? We have this kind of like cool little looking structure. It's basically like kind of the foundation, the skeleton, you would say, of it. It's quite cool, pretty nice, pretty cool. So now what you want to do is decide if you want to have stone or wood. And I usually like to do kind of a mix between both. So right now we have all this stone. So why don't we just add some wood? So the wood is going to basically be the next like floor, you would say. Kind of the floor and the ceiling in some areas. So what we're going to do is basically do something like this. So this is why we needed this walls. The walls right there is so we can actually place these right here, these two, and then later on we'll delete them. You'll see how we're going to get them to stay there. But all we're going to do is basically have the ceilings snap to the top of the walls and make a giant like circular kind of thing like that. Pretty cool, yeah? Yeah, I think it's pretty cool. Now, that is kind of like how we used to do, like this is basically how we used to make the castle, like pillars and stuff, like the what are they? The watchtowers and stuff. Basically it's the same thing. We've done this so many times. I don't even know how many times we've done it anymore. But also, we can also do it out here now. So we're gonna snap this one, not there. We're actually gonna snap it to the outside ones first. And the reason why is the outside ones are different snaps. And then we're gonna snap the inside ones like so. Like that. So now it should have a gap. Because before it was trying to snap it like this. See how it's snapping from the interior ceiling. Right? So what we want to do is we could do this a couple ways, right? So if you didn't do this, watch what happens. I'm going to show you a different way. If you didn't do this, wait, why is it not falling? Why you no fall? What? What? Well, that's new music to me. Well, it's supposed to fall. What? Like I said, the wood building mechanics is really fucked up. Okay. That's actually really surprising to me. This is actually supposed to fall. This is not snapped to anything now. This is literally snapped to nothing. Nothing. Can you actually build anything on top of this? Oh, you can. What? What? What is going on? This is so weird. Alright, anyways. You don't want to do that anyways. You want to keep the walls here. Just keep the walls. Just ignore what I just did. Just keep it anyways. That's so weird. Okay. That just blew my mind. Alright, but anyways, so what you want to do is continuously do that to over here. So you want to snap it sideways, keep it snapping, snap, 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 like that. You want to snap it over here, there, there. And we need some more, so let's get some more in. Get to like that, and get some like this, and get some like that. Alright, so now we should have basically the kind of the foundation for the second floor or the first floor, you'd say, for the ceiling. And we can do this a couple ways to get this sealed off. So what I want to do first, though, is have these two ceilings go all the way across, like so. And now this should snap perfectly. Whoops, not like that. But this should snap perfectly to these two ceilings right there. If well, we're gonna test it right now. If it does or does not, I don't know. We'll see. So let's see. Rip. No, it works. Perfect. All right, cool. All right, so really weird building mechanics today, I gotta say. Oh, now I'm just gonna do is just seal these off. We can do it any way you want. I'm just gonna do it like so, like this, just straight across. Make it nice and clean. Pretty simple. Now, you want to do this before you start the second floor, and the reason why is you can't place ceilings. So if I had a dino door, just instance like right here, I can't actually place a ceiling here now when it's snapped all the way together. I can do it now because it's not actually snapped properly. It's just there. It's not like actually lined up or anything. So that's why you want to make sure you want to have all your ceilings and stuff down. That's why when you want to do outer ones like these, like we did on the compound building, that's why you do these before you start doing the second floor. It's just a kind of another design thing. But yeah, so anyway, so now what do we want to do next? Well, we want to get the second floor set up. So now what we're going to do, get your dinosaurs again. Also, you can get like get some ramps going if you really want some ramps. This is usually what I did. Just like this, simple. Just like that. You could put like an elevator or anything you really want, but that's basically how I would set up like getting up and down to the next floor. And don't worry, those walls will be gone. Those are just temporary walls, remember. Very temporary. Alright, so now what do we want to do? Let's get the stone door. And you want to line... This is where a lot of people get messed up as well. You want to line this up pretty much perfectly to the other dino door that's on the ground. Now, the reason why you don't want to do a new snap point, like you could do this. You could do new snap points up here and just have the dino door snap up there. It's not really the best thing because it doesn't really line up, and it's not really going to line up anyways for the most part because obviously it's different placement. But basically, I kind of go for like almost it pretty much being in the same spot like that. That's pretty much the best you're going to get. Pretty much. And now what do you want to do? Once again, is make it into an entire circle. If I can find what the hell these are called. Like that there. This there. This there. Let's grab that one. that one, and that one. So look at that. So pretty cool, yeah? So we're going to turn this top area right there into a landing bay, and we're going to make this kind of like the lighthouse itself, the pretty much top thing. So this is where you want to do is start by putting the walls again. And you just want to test to make sure all the walls are lining up perfectly. So there should have a little piece of wood sticking out. Now right here, it's going to be a little different. Not really different, but it should snap perfect like that. It's pretty good actually how it just did that. We don't want to put a wall there. There. Oh, we ran out of walls. Rip the walls. And like that. Alright, so perfect. So now, what we want to do is I actually want to test this. So, if my theory is correct, if I destroy this wall, this whole thing should fall down. But I'm not entirely sure. We're experimenting. Actually, we're going to do from the bottom. We're still going to go from the bottom. I don't know why. I honestly have no idea why this is not breaking. This should honestly be falling apart. I'm actually not even going to break that. Feel free if you don't want to break this. I really have no idea why this is working. This should not work right here, by the way. Like, these side ones, this one, and this one should fall down. I don't know what they did to wooden structures to make it work like that. It must be because of the new wooden stuff that they're doing for the redwood forest. Which is actually quite cool, because that means I can actually experiment a little bit more on building stuff now. So yeah, so I'm just going to leave it like that. That gives it just a little bit more of a detailed look now. It's fine. It looks cool. Don't destroy those. Whatever you do not destroy that. I wouldn't recommend it. I wouldn't recommend it at all. Alright, so now, basically, we got ourselves the second floor. What are we going to do again? We're going to do this. Now, you're probably wondering, a couple of these are not, like, lining up properly. And that's because the dinosaurs are not lined up properly in the doors itself. But you pretty much kind of get them almost exactly how it should be. It's a little difficult on how you want to do it. But yeah, so basically, all I want you guys to do, make sure, is you put some more doors or walls like that. Go around in a circle. And pretty much, yeah. Why is half the structure gone? And falling through the world? Well, the reason why is I wanted to see if I could actually get it to work or not, and I didn't. So, let's step back a little bit. So you saw the little speed build, little going up and down, right? Yeah, that's fun and dandy. So what I said before, right? The temporary wall that was right here, I wanted to see if it would actually hold the entire structure up on the whole thing from because see how this one is like floating. I don't know how this is actually snapped, because this is not really well, I guess it is kind of snapped. I guess it's technically snapped but not really snapped. It's kind of complicated, but yeah. So anyway, so what I did is I basically just put some wood wall or stone walls outwards, just regular snapping, and then I put fence foundations down to put another dino door, just for another small little entrance out here. We're changing. This is what we're changing on the design. Also, these need to go bye-bye. It's beautiful though when you break stuff. Also, it's kind of annoying because then you're like, I gotta rebuild all of it. Yeah, it's rebuilding all of it. But yeah. So, anyways. So yeah. So welcome to ARK Building 101, guys. Good lord. So now what I need to do. What I changed was I added this extension, like I just said, from the original design building. And the reason why is there's just no way to figure out like how to get it to snap properly. This way it just snaps perfect. What I'm talking about is the ceilings. The ceiling, I need a ceiling right there, and the only way to get it is to actually have like an outer, you could do it a couple ways. You could do this. When the whole structure is done and you don't want the walls right here, you could put walls, temporary walls like right here that would have to stay there forever, that go all the way down, like so. Or you could do like pillars, or you could do like walls like this. It depends on like what you want to do. Me, I usually kind of like want to do something like this. It goes outwards instead. So like this wall right here and that wall right there is holding up these right here. These four, I'll paint them for you. Oh, you can't see them because I don't know what. Okay, it's holding up those those right there. It's holding up those ceilings. That's basically all I got. That's all I gotta say. It's literally holding up those ceilings. So yeah. So I'm just gonna quickly rebuild this real quick for you guys, because that was my just experimental thing I wanted to see. But before we do that, though, I want to put these right here. So we're just gonna do something like this, like that, and then let's do something like this. So now it should have like that, and then I want to do out here to cover up this. Let's see if this will work. I probably won't, but we'll see. Let's go there, there. Let's do roof. What number was the roof? It's like 3, something like that. Get the roof in here. And let's do that, and there. Okay, cool. So there you go. So that's how I'm gonna fix that side. Sorry. Alright, so I'm gonna just go up one more layer as well. I'm gonna make it 3, oh, actually 4. Yeah, I'm gonna make it 4 tall, and then we'll continue from there. After you have pretty much how tall you want, I'm actually just gonna make it about 4 tall. But the 4th layer is gonna be a little different. So we've done this a couple times, and like I said earlier, we want to have a kind of an outdoor railing. I'm not going to have a way to get there, but it's just going to be like a design aspect for it. And I am going to make it out of wood. So all I'm going to do before I put the final dino door layers, all I'm going to do is put these down like so. Now, this is probably going to look kind of weird for you guys. It is kind of weird in my opinion, but it's like the only way you're going to have like an actual like kind of balcony kind of look. We're gonna try. We could do it a couple ways. You could actually do it something like this, like having it like kind of in the middle, like that. Yeah, I don't know. It looks kind of stupid. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. Actually, we're probably gonna need that anyways. Like this, like so. Let's go like that, like that, and like that. So, as you can tell, it kind of looks like an open like valve or something, you'd say. I don't know. It just looks open, and we're gonna make it look even more open. So I'm gonna take the front area like this. So this is like kind of the front, and I'm just gonna snap them sideways like this, and I'm also gonna do it on these corners as well. There's nothing you can do about this to make it look more like to look better. There's really nothing you can do. So basically, that's all we're gonna do. Something like that. I mean, it's kind of cool. It's kind of perfect. It's meh. It's my opinion. It's very meh. It's not that good. But what can you do? But anyway, so back to this. So what we're gonna do now, like again, as we've done every single time, is we're gonna start with the first dino door, like so, like that, and we're gonna just snap it all away around. Like so, but this time, this one's going to be a little bit different than what we're going to do. I need some of these, some more of those, and obviously it looks kind of different because we have the outer ones as well. What we're going to do is we're going to do one layer of stone walls, if I can get it perfect. Oh, come on. There we go. It's going to try and snap to a lot of different snap points now. Just make sure the wood is always inside. And make sure they both line up. Like that. Oh, see, like that? That's not what you want. Don't want like that. 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 And like that. Like that. And like that. Alright. So now what you're going to want to do... Whoops. Sorry. Me can't spell greenhouse. Apparently I spell it with an F. F house. Or fiend house. Something like that. I don't know what I just spelled it. We're gonna basically get greenhouse glass. And this is gonna be basically like every lighthouse like has like a top light area. Well, we're gonna represent it with like some greenhouse. I use these for mostly decorations. I barely use them for greenhouse. I wish they were a little bit stronger. Excuse me. I wish they were a little bit stronger in my opinion. They should be. My mouse is freaking out. Okay, there we go. Alright, there we go. And we can do the top one, just some stone. Like that. And there we go. So yeah, that looks pretty cool. So now let's just cap it off a little bit, like so. We're gonna do a design for the top, which is gonna be quite interesting. Oops, sorry, I'm breaking more glass. Rip everyone's ears. So what do we want to do for a rooftop? I'm thinking we just do it. I'm thinking wood. Yeah, I'm thinking wood. We might just do wood. Get rid of all this crap. Down we go. Oh, also you want to do is you want to have what is it called? Wooden railings. You want to grab that code as well, or make a bunch of them. Doesn't matter if you're doing this in survival. If you're doing this in survival, I would love to see it. Actually, if you actually made it in survival, it'd be quite interesting to see. Because it's such a big project. So what we're gonna do is put some railings. I think we're just gonna do something like this, and maybe put some like there. Do I want to do something like this? How would this look, though? How would that look? Does that look cool? Does that look cool? It doesn't really look that cool. Well, we're gonna have to deal with that. It's basically what you have to deal with sometimes. Like I said, ARK physics building mechanics don't allow you to do stuff sometimes, and well, you have to work with it. So maybe in the future you'll be able to do something like this, like a circular kind of thing. I would love to see, like, you know what I mean? Like, if when ARK evolves, right? You'd say a couple years from now, when it's completely optimized and it's actually playable with most computers, how's the game gonna be? Is it gonna be like this? Like how I only get like 42 frames FPS when I have a GTX 980 video. Well, obviously the better video cards will have better FPS, but you know what I mean. But yeah. So anyway, so there we go. There's the whole kind of outside little area. We could, if you want, you could make this a little bit bigger. The window itself, but I feel like having a little more stone on the down there is a little better. But yeah, so we don't need any of this. Don't need this. Don't need this. Don't need that. Don't need that. Don't need that. Actually, we do need those. All right, and we do need these. All right. So what we want to do for the roof part though is close this off. So what I want to do is go from the same front piece as well, ceiling all the way back, not like that, but we want to go this all the way. And have it snap into there. Perfect. Have it snap into there. Have the side one snap in to there, to there, to there, and to there. Perfect. Oh, I did that wrong. Don't do what I just did, because this needs to not be there, and this does not need to be there. The reason why, I like to kind of have it snap from there over. Yeah, it's a lot better. Plus it uses one less. There we go. Perfect. So there you go. There's the roof now. Woohoo! Now what are we going to do after? Well, we're going to do this. We're going to do roofs. And we're going to do some spawning in. Let's see. Let's do 401. 402s. Alright. So now we're into the amazing roofing design part, which a lot of people get quite confused, and I get myself confused a lot. So let's see if we can get this done properly. So what I want to do is put one of these down like this. So I want to be on top of this ceiling, right? And I want to look at this ceiling. And I want to place down the one that will snap to this ceiling and have the stone outside and the wood inside. Basically, that's exactly what I want to do for every single one of these. We'll go over here as well. Get the right one. Go here. That one. Come back over here. This one. This one like so. And this one like so. Perfect. So now we kind of have like a kind of a cool kind of design-ish happening right now. And what I want to do now is basically fill it in with some walls. We could do it, let's see, which way do we want to do it? I want to see if this is going to work. This might not work, so I might as well experiment with you guys if it will work or will not work. Since they've changed so many wooden mechanics in the game, it's kind of hard to see if anything works anymore. We're actually going to need all of those. We don't need those. Okay, so I'm just gonna do is put some roofs down, like that, and I want to see if I can place this like that. I can place it like this. So does that mean I can place this like this? This, whoops, this like this like this, then put this down like here. I want to hit E. Actually, want to redo this. I'm gonna hit E on these. So I'm gonna hit E, reverse them, because I want the wood to be inside. I'm gonna do it on every single corner, like so. I did this with the paint building. I noticed that you could do this now, which you couldn't before. It would have a problem with snap points and stuff, and all I want to do is close it off like that. You could leave that open if you really wanted to. Or, I guess you could... Oh, let's see. Can we do anything with this? Probably not. Probably not really. Yeah. Oh, wait. No, you probably can't. Just close it off. Make it simple, guys. Make it simple. Just close it off. Like that. But yeah, so... Look at that! That's the lighthouse! Oh, let's step back. I haven't actually seen the lighthouse finish yet because it's not finished on our server. Oh my god, this looks so beautiful. It looks so good! Oh my god. Alright. So, what I'm going to do now, off camera, maybe do it in speed build, I'm going to paint this sucker up, and I'm going to finish the entire down here as well. And we'll wrap up the video. So let's see how I'm probably just going to... It's probably been a long video, so I'm probably just going to snap to the point. Oh, look at that. Magic of editing. Wow. Alright, so I did a quick Google search for ARK Survival Evolved lighthouses, and then they're all squares. I'm sorry, but it's just funny. We built something like... I mean, look at this! Look at this! Oh, this is so cool. I am in love with this. This is like probably the best looking like lighthouse you'll ever see in this game. Pretty much, I'm pretty sure. So what I did is I kind of just painted it up a little bit. I don't know if I like the is that tangerine? Is it cantaloupe or tangerine? Cantaloupe. It's cantaloupe. Oh, I also didn't paint. I meant to paint these. Hold on, we'll do it off camera. But yeah, so I basically painted off. I didn't want to use a bright red because it looked a little bit too bright. Yeah, okay. It looked a little too bright for me. So I felt like the brick red works a lot better. I don't know. It's just like a nicer looking red in my opinion. Maybe they'll add like maybe a maroon or something. I don't know. If you see like lighthouses, they're bright and all, but they're not even that bright. But we'll talk about that. Not really talk about it, but yeah. So anyway, so what I did to finish it off, I basically added a little parking area that you can park like some dinosaurs and stuff. I added an outdoor kind of walkway area, you know, little balcony around. I added this like it's cool because this is like the foundation, and then this is like all like kind of a deck basically. I'll show you again what it looks like down here. It's basically an entire deck, which is actually really cool. I like it. It's floating. It's just like an actual like house, a lighthouse. That's what we built. Lol. But yeah, so anyways, you could put like a bunch of stuff out here if you want. I didn't like do any interior stuff. That's all for you guys. You can do that if you want. But yeah, so wraps around all the way over here, and then the front area just splits off into two sections, one here and one here. But yeah, it's pretty cool. It works really, really nicely in my opinion. It's really nice. It's a beautiful build that we did here today, guys. But if we go inside, I painted it up a little bit. I forgot these walls. Rip. Forgot those front walls. That's fine though. But inside, it's all blue and it goes all the way up. It's so beautiful. So as you can tell, there's lots of room actually in here that anyone can build like a bunch of stuff in here. I kind of want to build like something. I don't know. This is really nice. I'm not gonna lie. This is really, really nice. You can open some windows if you want. Oh, maybe one day if you can reach that high. Probably not. Oh, right. You can do it like this. Probably not. But yeah, so it goes all the way up to the top, like so, and basically you have your lighthouse kind of thing. I didn't add like any lights or anything. Maybe like in the future, I don't know. You guys could like think of something. I mean, it's just a bunch of little lights and stuff. But as you tell, the roof is done, and you could probably technically kind of put a door if you really wanted to try. You could put a door right here. Sometimes they don't really work though, like an actual like small human door instead of a dino door. Right where that wood wall, like that stone wall is. Sometimes it would work if you wanted to get out to the balcony, but for the most part, it's kind of more of aesthetics. But yeah, so ladies and gentlemen, that is pretty much, basically, the lighthouse, probably the best looking lighthouse you'll ever see in the game of ARK. If anyone's gonna look up how to build a lighthouse, I really hope this is what they will see, because honestly, this is beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous and beautiful. I am so happy with this build, and hopefully everyone understands how the building mechanics and everything, hopefully everyone is up to date now and up to speed on what's happening with building mechanics and how wood structures are changing and how snap points work and all this dinosaur stuff. So that's why I wanted to go a really long episode today and explain a lot of stuff for you guys to make sure everyone understands how to actually build a lighthouse in ARK Survival Evolved. But anyways, if you guys liked the video, please leave a thumbs up, like, share, comment on it. Please recommend it to anyone that wants to build a lighthouse. Just send them over. Send them to this video. It's so beautiful. But anyways, my name's Fizz. If you guys have any other suggestions for any other building things, I have a list of tons and tons and tons of stuff that I will be building in the future. And yeah, feel free to leave in the description or comment down below if you want me to build it, and I'll take a look. Maybe I'll add it to my list. But yeah, that is it, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully you enjoy, and I'll see you guys on the next episode of Building